roughly around 2 months or so. I was talking with some friends, saying that I wanted more unique experiences for Minecraft servers, such as Winecraft. Winecraft is basically its own game. It's almost not even Minecraft, or at least it feels like it. And I was saying there should be more things like Winecraft that are their own games and they can do very unique stuff, have different stories and stuff. Most other servers are pretty much either minigame servers or survival servers or somewhere around that kind of stuff. There's not really many servers that are kind of their own thing. About 2 days or so after I was talking about that, I went to Twitter to see some Winecraft news. And all of a sudden, right in my feed, I see something called Project Spellforged. This looks amazing. Pretty much exactly what I was talking about. It looks like it's gonna feel like its own game. I believe it's heavily inspired by Winecraft, because the main person behind it, basically the Salted of Project Spellforge, is called Nullavescent. And he, or she, they play Winecraft. They used to make some videos on Winecraft. I believe they still do too. But now they're currently working on Project Spellforged. We don't know much about this project right now, but what we have seen is absolute beauty. There are a few things I'm a little worried about, but I'll get into that a little later. But right now, the combat, the enemies, and just all of the systems are looking really good. I love the way that they're doing combat, where you can like see every single swipe, and the particle effects are really nice. The enemies right now are just kind of Minecraft mobs for right now, and then a few like, bandits or something, which are more like NPC kind of looks. There's nothing really super like out of the box thinking mobs yet, but I'm sure we're just seeing like the early game stuff right now, and eventually those will probably get crazier and crazier as we go on. Now, what exactly is Project Spellforge? From what we know, it is going to be an RPG experience, I believe it's a server, for Java Edition only, which has dynamic combat and an immersive world to adventure. So probably a lot of exploration, lots of things to do. I believe we even have like a little clip, or not a clip, but a video of a dungeon, which is looking super, super cool. It's like a spider cave that then turns into almost like this green toxic cave almost. It's really, really cool. And as the name suggests, spells are really what this like combat and everything is all about. It seems like you can do so many different kinds of spells. They all look visually stunning. As of right now, there are 5 classes. There are warriors, which will use swords, axes, and spears. rangers, which will use bows, axes, and daggers. There are casters, which use catalysts, scythes, and spears. Rogues, which will use daggers, swords, and scythes. And then clerics, which will use catalysts, swords, and bows. I believe catalyst is kind of like wand or staff or something along those lines. Basically magic items. They all seem to have unique spells, and there's also something that we kind of like just got introduced to, I think, called specializations. I don't know exactly what specializations are, but they kind of remind me of archetypes from Windcraft 2.0. They seem to be somewhat like subclasses or something along those lines. And I believe there's going to be an ability tree as well, so you can unlock stuff as you go. But we don't know exactly everything about this yet. We don't really have a planned release date yet, before like in 2020 or 2021 or somewhere around there. They were hoping for a late 2021 release or a early 2022, but that didn't happen, so we're still waiting. We don't know when they're planning on doing it. Right now it's just TBD. We don't know. Now let's talk a little bit about some of the more, not really negatives, but some of my more worries about it. As of right now, it seems the team that's working on it is pretty small, meaning it may take a while for Spellforge to come out. I mean, right now I think it's been in development for 2 or 3 years now, so, which isn't bad. It's just, you know, it's taken a little while. The other thing, which is my main complaint, is the particles. Yes, they look visually stunning and amazing. The only thing I worry about is when there's like, even just one person, but especially if you're in a party and you're just constantly spamming spells and all of those particles just, you know, block your view and kind of make the enemy like disappear, and you can't really see what they're doing. So that's a little bit of a worry, and it might also cause a lot of lag because of this being a server, especially with, you know, many people on, if depending on how many people can be on at a time. You know, looking at Windcraft, which isn't a super big server by server standards, but even that, like, you know, if you have like a party of 4 and all spamming spells, it can get pretty laggy. So seeing how many particles are on the screen during these trailers and stuff worries me a little bit for visual clarity and lag. But overall, they look really brilliant. I'm just hoping there's some way to limit the amount of particles, or like set the particles for yourself to be like, you know, low, medium, high, you know, that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's all I'll say for this video. Looking very forward to it, very much. It looks absolutely amazing, and even with the small complaints that I have, I'm sure it will be an extremely fun, unique experience, and I cannot wait to play it. I plan to cover Project Spellforged and of course Minecraft in the future. Whenever Spellforge comes out, you know for a fact I'm going to be doing videos, maybe even like a playthrough of it, seeing all what's new. I'm definitely planning on making videos about this because I am super excited. I love Windcraft. This is taking a lot of inspiration from Windcraft and kind of making it its own thing, and to me that is exactly what I wanted those 2 or so months ago. This is exactly what I was wanting, and still am. So, it is perfect. So, plan on more videos in the future, but for now, I'll leave it at that. See you later. Have a good one.